What's up guys, Jeff Cavalier, AthleteX.com. The Soaring 6 series continues, and this time we're hitting the chest. And once again, we're out to prove that if you can trade in a little bit of workout length for intensity, we can get any muscle to respond, because no muscle is safe here in the Soaring 6 series. And we're going to start with a single pair of dumbbells that you can do right here on the floor. So this makes it available to everybody, home or at the gym, regardless of where you're training. And the first exercise we're going to do is a floor fly, which provides us with two big benefits. First and foremost, you know that I care about the integrity and the safety of your shoulders and joints. We're going to be able to do that with this version here because we have the safety net of the floor, which allows us to do actually the more critical thing here, and that is use heavier than normal dumbbells for this exercise, because we want to overload the eccentric portion of the lift. In other words, we want to have as much tension as we can with elongation of the muscle without jeopardizing our shoulder. So we can do that here, and as you see, I'm going to move my elbows in to press them back up to the top to basically get myself in position to perform the next rep. We keep doing that for a minute straight, and we move on to the next exercise, which is the dumbbell pullover. Now you're probably thinking, Jeff, I thought this was Soaring 6 chest, not back. It is if you change the way that you do this exercise. Instead of allowing your elbows to flare out and leading and initiating the contraction with your elbows on the way back, that would target more of your back. Here we want to get the upper chest, so instead we try to keep our elbows tighter together, and more importantly, you're almost trying to squeeze your biceps together here on the dumbbell. And when we initiate the contraction, we're focusing right here on the upper chest, pulling from there by contracting and adducting our hands together as we pull the dumbbell. We can increase the tension even more by performing it in 1.5 rep style, as you'll see us doing here. And we move on again with no rest after doing that for a minute to the next exercise here, again with one dumbbell. Now what you want to do is grab the ends of the dumbbell. You can see me doing it where I'm hooking my thumbs underneath. I have a nice secure grip here. If you're not comfortable with that, you can do what I'm showing you here instead, which is a crush grip. But the bottom line is you want to squeeze the dear life out of that dumbbell so you can activate the chest. Again, the adduction component of the chest function. We're going to squeeze the end of the dumbbells as I'm doing here, and then rep out as many reps as we can. We got to go a little bit faster. We want to increase the volume here. We want to basically take an exercise that normally would be a lot easier to do, but because it's third in line after doing the other exercises, we've kind of used a mechanical drop set here to make this much harder than it is. So we're going to continue to increase the volume here for that one final minute, and finally you get a break of 1 minute. And you go right back into the next 3 exercises again. We're going to work our way out again. 1.5 rep on the dumbbell pullover. 1 more time on the dumbbell flies, and then finally we're going to finish with this variation here of a Spider-Man push-up. Now, you don't have to do the Spider-Man where you're picking up your leg, but what it does is it allows us to increase the rotation, because look what we're really focused on here. It's the rotation of our body away from one shoulder or the other to increase the eccentric stretch on the chest. So if I'm rotating to the right as I go down, we're leaving the left pec more stretched and under tension. If I rotate the other way, we're doing the opposite. You want to go as slow as you can, alternating your reps here. See if you can finish this out. Maintain it for 1 minute straight, alternating reps if you can. Now, as always in this series, I promise to put myself through the torture too. And here it goes, for your enjoyment. So there you have it, another Sore in 6 in the books. Guys, remember, as I said, no muscle is safe, especially if you're willing to put a little bit of science back in what you do, and secondly, if you're willing to trade in some length for intensity, because intensity is always going to be the key whenever you're trying to elicit a response of a muscle that maybe you're not getting to respond for you now. In the Athlete X training program, we do all of that. I try to manipulate your training intensities. I try to get you to put the science back in strength, and more so, I'm just trying to get you the best results that you can get from your hard-earned effort, because I know there's nothing more frustrating than wasting time in the gym and seeing nothing for it. If you're looking for a program that will put the science back in strength and lay it all out for you step by step, head to athletex.com and get our Athlete X training program. In the meantime, let me know what you want me to cover here on this channel, and I'll do my best to do that in a future video. All right, guys, I'll see you soon.